Bruh versus DERBNI on Two Brothers. I think this feels a little bit like Deja 2. We've got Houdini Houdini in the Grosser curve first. We've got MLT, and now I just can't talk. MLG Joaquin in the Jean Bart, Jay Diding in the Dreadnought, and Ryan RP in the gold-plated Missouri with the radar. Over on DERBNI's side, we've got Wiki Editor 10 in the Musashi, Ga or 6A, whichever one's harder to say, or maybe it's Knyaz that's the hardest, also known as the Suvorov. We've got Yamamoto 1941 in the Republic and Best Girl Yagoo in the Georgia. Alrighty, so for the third time, we'll gaze into the crystal ball of the LCD crystals before us, and using my amazing forecasting magic, I foresee this Jean Bart moving over to that rock, this Kurfürst, this Dreadnought, and this Missouri heading mid. And we've got the Musashi and the Suvorov, the Republic, all heading over to the D cap, with Best Girl Yagoo lagging behind. Although, as Best Girl Yagoo has never been seen in any of the other attempts, and neither have the attempts been broadcasted to the public, as I just noticed the first one happened on the stream literally as this thing was happening. Diverting instead over to the A-cap. That's kind of a different shake. So in this case, it was initially looking at the Jean Bart going over to D with the 3 ships heading down the channel, and it was going to be a 4v1. However, with the Georgia diverting off, looking to cover the A-cap, that's going to provide some pressure. Shots out from the Georgia for 57's Bark at a Missouri off in the distance following the shells. Clink! It's actually going to hit for about 7K. And pretty soon that Jean Bart's probably going to come into focus, but we haven't seen him yet. Georgia of Best Girl Yagoo pops out the fighter to be able to see around the cliff, and the answer is nope, it's a mountain. So Best Girl Yagoo is just going to lock on that A-cap, over halfway complete at this point, as the Missouri, the Dreadnought, and the Kurfürst all make for the center cap, trying to do a flambass as MLG Joaquin starts taking shell fire. Shells coming in, thump. So that's going to be 5 Republic's guns bark, and a few more coming out. Jean Bart's guns bark right back, and the Republic actually taking quite a chunk. Got 16 off of Bruh, and yet we've got about 17 off of Yamamoto. That's going to take him even lower. That's about a 30K. Heels coming up. Big hits in the Bart. MLG backing up. It's going to be able to use that island successfully to block the guns from the Musashi, but not the Republic, and pretty soon the Suvorov may bring his laser beam death cannons online. But unfortunately, they have quite the reload timer and might only come in about 6 minutes from now. That's pretty much going to leave Yamamoto 1941 versus the Jean Bart for at least 1 or 2 minutes. Shells out. Another good hit. That's about 10K. In that interaction, we've got 70,000 health remaining to 45. That's a little rough, but Ryan RP in the Missouri able to make the turn and looking to bolster. Going for the bro move. Bruh, bolstering D. Kurfürst Dreadnought continuing down the channel. Kurfürst is about to step into Charlie Cap for the deny. However, D and A have already fallen. That's about a 44-point lead in the favor of DERBNI. MLG reasserting dominance, pushing forward, trying to take a strong position. Musashi guns bark. Not doing a ton of damage, maybe about 5. Oh, and the Suvorov got spotted Suvorov immediately turning to get the fuck out of there. Jean Bart possibly using a reload booster, keeping a nice piece of island between it and the Republic of Yamamoto. Shells out from the Missouri. Suvorov trying to turn, but still getting nailed for a fair bit of health. Wiki editor simply going for the Bart. Nope, has to go onto the Missouri. Bart's got enough cover. Yamamoto stalls out from swinging wide. Rather than going for the crossfire, he's simply holding to prevent the entrance into the cap. If Bruh is not able to contest the cap, that's going to be a point loss. DERBNI showing no problem with their patience as they did the honor duel earlier, rather than going ahead and ending it. 2,600 remaining on the Suvorov. Running away while getting its ass kicked. Few more shells coming out from the Kurfürst now. That's going to be some secondary fire. Pretty sure the Suvorov is going to be in a bit of a position as the Georgia of Best Girl Yagu rounds the turn. 361 on the Suvorov. Shells going out from the Bart. That's a big handful of confetti. And the party was thrown. The Suvorov gets sent off, retired. Thanks for your service. 11-3 on the Bart. Musashi moving in for the kill. Big guns can bark right through that nose as those things overmatch the 32. Missouri's backing up as well, and looks like Yamamoto's trying to potentially move to take the bait. Guns dialed in on this retreating Missouri, whereas the Bart could just... Well, no, I guess he can't ram the Musashi if he's got some tasty crossfire coming out of that Republic to keep him safe, but MLG gonna go for the ram. And shots out from the Republic find their purchase in the Missouri as the pinch play comes out. Georgia Best Girl Yagu. Yamamoto 1941 have the Missouri angled but stuck between. That means that the John Bart doesn't have the crossfire, but nonetheless the Musashi's guns bark. And down goes the Bart. The other side of the map, Jay Diding and the Dreadnought moving over toward Alpha. Eventually going to be putting pressure on that cap. However, Ryan is in the Bermuda Triangle, or rather the DERBNI Triangle, I guess, as shells come in from all angles. Wiki editor is burning, having a real shit day as he has to punch out and go home. Turns out the baby's sick. He's got to take him to the doctor, but Ryan's going to follow him out, maybe give him a ride. Best Girl Yagu able to clean up the B cap. Don't think we have real shots on there. No reset's going to happen, but Houdini and the Kurfürst got some pretty severe secondary pressure in on this Republic, showing quite a bit of side to Best Girl Yagu. Takes a shot, actually. Nice chunk. 14. And there's the island cover. It's just going to be Kurfürst secondaries to Republic secondaries. Kurfürst secondaries are bigger. Dreadnought about to pressure the A cap. About 100 points between the two. This leaves Houdini with 56,000 health, looking at two different battleships, having about 90 between the two of them. It's going to be a rough situation, but depending on the fire chance, depending on the shells landing, the Republic might go down without trading out too much, especially if the Georgia's not able to get in on this. And God knows if the Republic goes down and the Kurfürst can ram the Georgia, holy shit, the Dreadnought might win it. Republic kiting out. Still taking decent hits. 19,000. Houdini. Sparing no expense. Sending all the little presents to Yamamoto's house. Little presents, medium presents, big presents, all. 13k on Yamamoto. Houdini speeding in, full race car status. Guns turn to the Republic, unable to deal with the Georgia. The Georgia looks to be going for the full broadside ass kick maneuver, not the ram. And that was disappointing. So it seems like all of those shells went into the water and underneath the ship, which leaves Best Girl Yagu looking at Houdini, who must have performed some kind of magic trick. What a fucking deception that was. All of a sudden, Bruh takes the lead, 12 points. And as 2 caps to 2, as the Dreadnought starts moving over toward B, it's Kurfürst v. Georgia. Kurfürst has the bigger, better secondaries, although the Georgia's got the better heal. And Kurfürst got a fuckload of armor that the George doesn't necessarily have. Question is, who outlasts who? 33 to 44 as Best Girl Yagu kites away.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Houdini looking to disengage now that Bruh has the point lead. If he's able to get out successfully, which is possible. His gun's turned the wrong way, but the rear gun's still on target. If he's able to disengage behind the rock, George is going to heal. Kurfürst's going to heal. Kurfürst's heal's probably a little bigger. And when they take that Bravo cap, 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, Bruh will hold the lead, and the Georgia will be in bumblefuck nowheresville, unable to really challenge any caps and change anything. The Georgia needs to kill the Kurfürst. Alright, now that both of them have stopped their staring contest, Best Girl Yagu throws it into a hard right turn, spinning right the fuck around to try to get back in there. Nope. Straightening out, assessing the options. DERBNI still down by about 20-something points. Georgia has to commit. Georgia pops the heal, trying to recover a little bit. GK probably doing the same. Although the Georgia has the faster cycling heals, GK takes the pot shots, not being returned. And Houdini performs a magic trick and disappears right off the map, unseen by Best Girl Yagu, as Bravo is contested, soon to be capped. And the Georgia steams over toward Charlie. But if the Georgia caps Charlie with only 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, there's no way that that point difference gets made up. So Best Girl Yagu with 15.8 thousand health is going to have to go against a Super Saiyan Dreadnought and a Kurfürst with 15.4 thousand health remaining, who, for all intents and purposes, should probably just hide, because there's just about no way in hell they lose in the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds, unless they go into a direct face-on confrontation and one of them comes out the worse. Houdini magics up about 16,000 additional health, and the Kurfürst does, the Georgia does the same. Dreadnought turns the fuck away so he can kite, if you could call it kiting. The Dreadnought's Spirit Bomb cap take technique has been critically successful, as Alpha and Bravo have fallen to the Dreadnought. And Best Girl Yagu, with 2 minutes 5 seconds remaining, pops the plane, hoping to see something, as hauling ass for the channel, looking for a kill. Kurfürst of Houdini with 34,000 health sits broadside, waiting for the engagement, daring that Georgia to come on in and take that shot. 1 minute 40 seconds, Georgia still moving forward. Plane goes down, no information is taken. Georgia weighs the options. Gonna sit around, take C, stop the point bleed. And at this point, if the Georgia commits and kills the Kurfürst, that's a 100-point swing. 2 to 2 caps, that's gonna hold steady. That's gonna bring it within 4 points of each other. But still pointed towards Bruh. Georgia not only has to get 1 kill, but a second kill, which means the Georgia is going to have to cripple the Dreadnought in a single salvo and then somehow ram the Kurfürst for a tie? Because in that event, 49 seconds from now, if it's possible, that would put DERBNI ahead in terms of points before the tie condition, which could actually result in a win condition. Best Girl kicks on the afterburner, burning in here like she's late for the prom. Shots out onto Houdini. Decent hit. Hits for about 10k. Best girl hurrying up. Nose on fire. Secondaries engaged. 17 seconds remaining. More guns bark off the Kerfers. Georgia shrugs it off. That's going to be 8 seconds left. Bruh. 804 points to 700. And going to be ticking up just a few more. Is able to take it in the end. Tactical play. GG, bruh.